What springs to mind when you think of the world's least visited country? Maybe somewhere globally isolated, like Afghanistan or Turkmenistan? What about a tiny Caribbean island like Montserrat? Well, you'd be wrong, at least according to Google anyway. Officially, the world's least visited country is the very small Pacific island nation of Tuvalu. Never heard of it? I don't really blame you. It is a very small country and only has less than 10,000 people living there, making it the second least populated country in the world, second only to the Vatican City. Now, let's talk about visitor numbers. Tuvalu has an average of 3,000 foreign visitors per year. But an average of 3,000 visitors per year means that averages out to about 8 per day. Well, most of those aren't actually tourists. Most of those are working there for various industries or even NGOs. So the actual number of tourists is even lower than that. So as you'll see over the next two videos, it's really a rarity to see other foreign visitors. So why is Tuvalu visited by so few people? There's a pretty simple explanation, really. It's in the middle of the ocean. There's only one flight to the islands per day, and even that is from Fiji. So in reality, from my starting point, which is where I live in the UK, it's about as far as you can possibly get. If I was travelling to get there as quickly as I possibly could, it would still take me 4 flights and probably 3 days of travel. Simply put, there's no easy way of getting there. That being said, I did get there. And that's what this video is all about. My mad travel day to the least visited country in the world. So take a seat, put your feet up, relax, let's travel to Tuvalu, the least visited country in the world. Okay, so after all that talking, here we are at Nadi International Airport, and yeah. Okay, well, that's check-in done. Now to head through to departures. I've got about an hour and a half before boarding, so that sounds fine. Okay then, airside now in Nadi after an interesting security check. They still write all flight details and stuff like that on paper forms, which I think is quite sweet in the modern world. Nadi International Terminal is nice and quite small. I mean, they don't get that many flights here. They do quite a lot of destinations, but they sort of limit how many go at the same time, which kind of makes sense because it's not the biggest place. One thing I didn't expect to find here was a bloody WH Smith's. The absolute monopoly on airports that WH Smith's have, I do not understand, because it's not even a particularly good shop. So yeah, it is currently 5:45 in the morning, so I'm 50-50 between whether to have a coffee or not, or whether it's just too early and I'm not going to enjoy the flight. So yeah, I'll see you. Well, I decided against the pre-6 AM coffee because I feel like I will just feel sick on the plane. So gone for the classic option. If you're inclined to have a greasy breakfast before your international flight, there is Burger King. Okay, so yeah, killed an hour in the sort of communal bit, and now I'm heading to my gate for my flight to Tuvalu. Well, for a split second I thought this normal sized plane was mine, but I was wrong. We are on the ATR 72 today, which is that little thing down there on the runway. Well, this is on board the plane for today's snug little ride over to Tuvalu. Seats are in a 2-2 configuration, and there's just about enough room overhead to put some backpacks in. So this will do the, I think, 3-hour journey to Tuvalu. just like that, we are airborne and out of Fiji, and we have got nothing but ocean for the next 3 hours until we get to Tuvalu. Right, we're about an hour into the flight now, so I thought I'd show you around the seat. Pretty comfy, leather upholstery, little pocket for your phone. No power though, that's the only negative. And then we got our Tuvalu arrival declaration forms come through, so better get on with that. And it's that time for a bathroom tour again. Pretty standard, everything very well stocked with actual soap, which you don't see very often. Yeah, very clean. It's only a small plane, there aren't very many passengers. Can't go wrong. Well, something I didn't expect on this flight was a little breakfast service. Got a muffin, got a yoghurt, and I got some juice as well. Can't really go wrong. The yoghurt was nice. Yeah, and the muffin was pretty good too. Nice. Little bonus, really. Saves me getting breakfast when I get to Tuvalu. And after nearly 3 hours of nothing but ocean, we finally get our first glimpse at the nation of Tuvalu. Well, this is us just coming into land at Funafuti International Airport on the island of Tuvalu. There we have it, touchdown in Tuvalu, and that very small building over there, that is the international airport. Welcome to Tuvalu. This is the terminal building. This is the entire terminal building. That is our little plane that we flew over in. Very comfortable 2.5 hour ride, just in the queue for passport control now. So yeah. Cool, that's immigration all done. We just get to watch them take our bags off the plane now. We've got a bit of an audience of locals, funny tourists that have decided to come to Tuvalu. So yeah, should have our bags now, and then yeah, get stuck in, see what Tuvalu has to offer. And now I'm out of the airport. Welcome to Tuvalu properly. There's a gaggle of people here, including someone with the name of my sort of lodge that I'm staying in, so I will go over and make their acquaintance now. But this is Tuvalu. So, well, and this is what the streets of Funafuti, Tuvalu are like. Tons of palm trees. It's very hot today as well. So just walking to my guest house, and here is the reception. Nice old school paper logbook, and then there is a restaurant that side, which I've been told I can have breakfast and dinner in if I want. And then my room is down out the back, kind of next to what looks like a building site, which is maybe not ideal for sleep quality. Okay. But yeah, welcome to my room. This is the S-Fam Lodge in Funafuti, Tuvalu. There's me. Very hot because there's been no aircon so far. This looks alright. I mean, it's dated, but to be fair, they're building a whole extra bit by there. Oh, there is aircon, actually. That's a relief. Oh, let's see what state the bathroom's in, eh? Whether I'm going to be showering or not. Oh, this is fine. Cool. It's a functional toilet and a shower. Great. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to spend any time in the room, obviously, anyway. I'm only here for a day, but they're building all next door. So yeah, this is what $120 gets you in Funafuti, Tuvalu. Hello, future me here. Sorry about the abrupt ending on that one. It's a bit bad on my part. I've got the second part of the Tuvalu stuff coming out next week, which is me exploring all the country. So if you want to check that out, stick around, and that's going to be out next week. Cool.